Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 119 of the Need to Nerd podcast, where nerd culture is our culture. I'm joined by my co-host, Paddy Quasimodo B.
How's it going, Spencer Heezy?
Okay. I'm in a little bit of pain, but I don't know. I had a decent week and an even better weekend so far. Got myself
Cool.
some caffeinated beverage.
Awesome. I was able to hit the gym this morning, and I'm following that with some protein.
Nice.
So,
Well, we'll see if we talk about, the gym, the caffeinations and stuff later in the show. But we are doing our Needs Nerd. So this is our monthly podcast. We're just checking on nerddom, talk about the things that we're doing, the things that we want to be doing, things that we're excited about in the nerd news. Before we do that, though, don't forget to check out the Discord, where you can talk about all of these things with us there. Link in the show notes. And then don't forget to share the show, Make sure that you tell people about it, whether you love us. If you love us, share us with your friends. If you hate us, share us with your enemies. Really get in there and do the sharing. This morning, I shared the show, that I was recording the show with your boss. He asked me what I was doing today, and he shared with me the goats on his family farm because, we're going to start a goat farm together. I shared with him that I was recording the show today, so.
gotcha. Did you happen to talk about him coming on our show?
No, I was going to wait till he got home.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody's gone out of town for a funeral. You don't really bring it up at that time, but...
No, not the best weekend, but we're living.
Speaking of funerals, we might be saying goodbye to the Nintendo Switch soon, but if we are, don't worry, our contest will change, and you will be getting the newest Nintendo console if you are one of the first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube for this wonderful YouTube channel. Get a copy of whatever the newest Smash Bros. Game is with our sister podcast, Smash Through, which we haven't recorded in a while. We got to get on that. Probably got to talk to Matt about doing it sometime. Either this week, probably this week. But let's talk about our Need to Nerd. Let's dive right in. This, like I said, this is the show where we talk about the things that we're nerding out on. And Paddy B, why don't you go first this time?
Yeah. So, right now I am nerding out. Shelby and I just finished watching the live action Avatar series, or season rather. And I gotta say, without like spoilers and stuff, I imagine we'll do an episode on that sometime relatively soon. Once we tackle our backlog. But
I have 2 episodes left, so yeah, we can do it.
Okay, great. That's what we had. We had 2 episodes left last night, and we watched them. And gotta say, I think it is a really good, one of the better live action like adaptations. Like I like what they did with One Piece and here with Avatar. I think it was really important that the original creators were on board with it and were partnered, so that am I speaking out of my butt right now?
I don't know about
I'm pretty sure. I thought
they left the show because of disagreements.
Gotcha. It still felt very like true to the story.
Good.
So and the graphics are amazing. So
Debonair really likes it. We were talking about it last night, and she's like, it doesn't feel. Excuse me. She says that it doesn't feel different. It just feels darker.
Yeah, a little bit.
And she says that she thinks that fits live action better than the cartoon. And I think that's fair.
Yeah. And then after we watched Avatar last night, we watched the first episode of Fallout on Amazon, and I have never played those games before. It's probably a good time to start. We had a MTG Universes Beyond set with that was Fallout themed, and it was kind of hard to tell what was going on at first, but like we kind of picked up on it near the end of that first episode. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been.
What's up? What is it like?
right now.
You excited for episode 2? Is it? How are you feeling about the show? Just like it's got so much hype around it. I usually hesitate to like jump into things with that much hype around them.
I don't know. I'm going into things like I always do, or generally do, rather, with a pretty open mind. I'm gonna watch it and not really form opinions until I'm done watching it.
Cool. That's dope. I'll go next.
Okay.
Can I spoil? I don't want to spoil it for you.
It's okay.
I don't know how else to do it. Are you sure?
Yeah, man.
All right, so everyone, if you haven't played Jedi Survivor yet, minor spoiler. So, it's not often that, anymore at least, because it's just part of growing old and having experienced a lot of different things. But yesterday, while I took a break from playing Jedi Survivor because I got stuck on a puzzle, and like I just mechanically couldn't do it, not like stuck like I didn't know the way to do it. Like I just was having an athletic check problem for like the movement in the game in a lot of ways. Came back to it, and I'm at a part in the game, or I was at a part in the game where you are with a character that in the last game it was kind of like will they won't they kind of relationship with this night sister, and you're like, I think they're into each other and they like flirt a bunch. And it's very clear in this game that, like, he likes her. Anyway, you're fighting this very large planet drilling robot. Like, it's massive. Or you're running away from it, really. And this is how it happens, is all of a sudden you're in this cutscene and she kisses you. She kisses Cal. And he's like, whoa. And she's like, follow me. And she opens these portals that Cal can then jump through to follow her in her flight path that she kind of does when she teleports around. And she's like, it's a special trick that I learned and stuff. And so you go from like this emotional high of like, oh my gosh, they finally kissed, to now flying around this world, like, and having to control, like, make sure that you make these jumps, to like fighting this giant robot. And it is easily a top 10 video game moment for me. Like, it was like, I'm sitting here and I say, holy, and I swear as they kiss. Like, you're like, oh yeah. And then it's like 2 seconds later, you're jumping through portals. And I'm like, oh, swearing again. Yeah. And my son's like, are you okay? I'm like, this is amazing. And I don't know, man. There's not a lot of moments like that in video games for me anymore. Like, I remember the first time that I flew the Millennium Falcon in Battlefront was really cool. Mm-hmm. Or like, kind of stuff like that. But man, it was really cool. So that's something that I was nerding out about yesterday. Also for Easter, I got the 7-pack for the Switch of the Star Wars collection. So there's 2 games on this that I don't think I've actually ever beaten. I own them both, but I don't know that I've actually beaten Jedi Knight 2. And I have not beaten Force Unleashed, even though I've beaten Force Unleashed 2. So, kind of started on Force Unleashed. Continued watching The Bad Batch. I've really been Star Warsing it up. It's been great, man. I love Star Wars.
Star Wars is a great thing to be nerding out about.
It's so great. The Bad Batch is I think it's about to finish. I think there's 1 or 2 weeks left of that show, and then it's all done. So trying to catch up and finish that show off. And then outside of that, I've kind of just been nerding out about Magic the Gathering. I think that the newest set in Magic is really powerful. And every day we see a new deck because of the way that Magic Online has these things called challenges for people who don't know that are, like $2,000 online tournaments that happen almost every day now. They're really cool. And we're seeing new cards hit all the formats. Like it's there all over the place. The set is apparently the limited set. I've only played a little bit of sealed, but the limited set is apparently really beloved already. So just an awesome job with this set, and I think that I don't know. It's a fun time to be a nerd. If Magic the Gathering and Star Wars are in a good place, that's my jam.
Yeah, for sure. With that, yeah, I think it, like you mentioned, the set is really powerful. And I think the last Nerd to Nerd episode we are like talking about like the prep for this one. And I think the cowboy motif may have thrown some people off as far as like its power level, like the kind of silly gimmicks. But no, yeah, set's been great so far.
Dude, I definitely bought like the yeehaw stuff from Arena to say yeehaw at people in Arena.
Oh, that's a top tier level purchase. Change your
I just think that like it's the first ones. You can only pick so many things to say in Arena to people, like and I haven't bought some in a long time. And I finally bought all the phrases. I was like, yeah, let's go. Like yeehaw, howdy. Like you gotta load into a game and say howdy.
I say howdy all the time in a lot of conversations now. Just like whoever, whenever.
We gotta find another good Western to review on here. We already did. I did Silverado, which is my favorite with West, but we gotta find a Western to review on here.
Maybe Tombstone.
I've never seen it.
Ooh, it's a good one.
What's the next thing you're wanting to nerd out about?
Well, so like I said, I just watched the first episode of that. I do want to finish that series. Again, time is a little limited with the show. I'm juggling all of that right now. And then today, after we're done recording, I'm going to head in up to Oasis Games and play their third RCQ of the weekend. I got to play yesterday. I am trying, when I can, to qualify for RCDC.
This is kind of one I kind of want to qualify for. I haven't decided how much effort I can put in just due to like life stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never been to DC.
It's so fun.
And so I kind of want to go to this one.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like I did one of those maps. I'm like, man, I've been to a lot of places like due to like family trips and Magic, but I'd love to cover the U.S. Like, I'd love to see every single place.
Yeah, I went to DC in college. I was part of the collegiate DECA team. DECA is where you're put into these like it's basically like debate, but as far as like competition, but you're like put in business situations. And me and my partner actually top 8 at nationals in DC. So it was an awesome experience. There's so much to do. I want to make it. I really do like want to qualify for this one, even though my time is stretched, because I think that would just be a fun family trip. To
go to DC with your wife sounds dope.
Yeah, stuff Shelby can do while I'm playing Magic. There's like all these museums and historical stuff. I don't think she's ever been to DC either. So like that would be pretty rad as well.
Nice. Yeah. Anything else you want to cover?
I'm kind of looking for some stuff. I know I mentioned trying to start One Piece, and you kind of went over your strategy for that.
For what it's worth, I haven't watched an episode of One Piece since.
Got it. Yeah. So I don't know if that's something that I'm ready to tackle, but I am looking for new like shows or movies.
You know what you should watch that we could review on here? That's like a pretty easy watch.
Hmm.
That I think that you and your wife would like. It's called Blue Lock.
Yeah, you've mentioned that show before.
Yeah, so it's a sports anime.
Yeah.
It's about soccer, and it has one season. That might be a good one for you. So
Okay. Yeah. I'll see if we'll give that a shot.
so for me, I gotta finish this Jedi Survivor game. I'm like, I have some thoughts on it already. I guess I could share here. I really, they added a lot of open world quest elements to the game that I think take away from kind of the puzzle action adventure game nature of the game. Like it is an action adventure RPG, but I don't know. I just feel like not every game needs to be Breath of the Wild. Like I don't need that. I've now played Breath of the Wild twice, right? Like I played Breath of the Wild and I've played Tears of the Kingdom. I don't need every other game, and I played Phoenix Rising. Like I played 3 Breath of the Wilds. I don't need that, but I do want to finish this game. I'm not going to 100% it, but I want to finish the story. It goes into the High Republic, which is something that's very interesting to me. I haven't had as much time to read Star Wars books as I'd like, but apparently, like the High Republic stuff is really good, and I know that we're going to get movies in the High Republic soon. We're going to get, we have a show coming from the High Republic here in just a little while, right? Acolyte, I think, drops next month.
I think it drops May the 4th weekend.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What a great weekend to... You know what, though? I gotta say, May the 4th being... It is my next Needs Nerd for what it's worth. Like, May the 4th is like a holiday in my house. Yeah. And it being on a Saturday sucks. I'm not gonna take off work.
You can't, like...
One of my favorite things about May the 4th is I just take a day off of work, and people are like, why are you taking a day off work? And I'm gonna be like, Star Wars Day! And now it's like, oh, I guess I'll just ruin a normal Saturday by doing stuff I love.
Oh, bother.
It's too funny. I'm excited for May the 4th. I think that, the stuff that they're doing in Star Wars, they're being more selective than they were, which I really like. What I'm really excited for is, did you see the trailer for Tales of the Sith?
I have not, no.
Oh, dude. It looks so good. So did you watch Tales of the Jedi?
I don't know.
It's like... I have. Oh, you should. It's really good. Tales of the Jedi is these isolated stories about different Jedi. Like, there's an episode about Ahsoka as a baby. There's an episode of Ahsoka training. There's an episode... You probably watched those ones in prep for Ahsoka, actually.
I did not, but I came to your house, and I think you had it on. Ah,
okay.
So, okay.
So Tales of the Jedi covers lots of different Jedi. Like, there's episodes about Count Dooku and Qui-Gon as an apprentice. There's episodes... there's some really good ones. But now this year, they're doing Tales of the Sith. And it follows that instead, so...
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And then, kind of like outside of the realm of Star Wars, I need to listen to the rest of the Taylor Swift album. I didn't know... I knew that there was a double release, but I couldn't find it on iTunes. And then I found it, so I listened to, like, the album, like the first 16 songs. I probably listened to that whole thing now 3 times. So, pretty good album. Really enjoyed it. But really trying to outpace my wife on this one of, like, knowing the lyrics and stuff. Because, like, I'm an OG Swiftie. Like, I didn't have to wait for, like, her to gain massive popularity. I was, when she was a humble country artist, I was involved with Paddy B.
Yeah. I have not listened to the Taylor Swift album yet. I will try and find some time to do that.
Um, that's that. I think that's it for me. Should we dive into some nerd news?
Sure.
All right, what we got first?
Okay. Well, one of our favorite things to talk about on this show, we recently reviewed Witcher season 3. We talked extensively about the games, um, and we got some news this week that
Did we review season 3 already?
I thought or was it season 2? Oh, it was Witcher season 2. I'm a liar. Don't listen to me. um, so
Anyway, what's the announcement?
sorry, the announcement. So we knew that Henry Cavill has left the show.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Yeah. And that they had brought Liam Hemsworth on. They released a statement accompanied with a short like video clip of what appears to be a really cool table read, where some of that was going on in prep for seasons 4 and 5. But they are so the gist is that they will this it's the penultimate season. So 4 and 5 are going to be the last 2 seasons.
Hey, you used that word I taught you.
Yeah. The but like these people had also said before that they were going to do 7 seasons. And they are going to try and cram the last 3 books into the last 2 seasons of television. So my fear now is that we are heading towards a Game of Thrones rushed pacing kind of mess.
So I have a couple thoughts on this. One, they don't really follow the books anyway. So like if you look at there's like a site that I used during the last review that talks about which book, which episode like draws from, and that's really all it is.
Gotcha.
Like, it's like there are some that's not true, like the Strigger episode and the genie the Jin episode. Those are straight out of the book. Like those just happen in the books. But most of them are drawing from the books more than anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
hopefully, fingers crossed that you know that it will still do justice with that. But like now we can kind of see why like if Henry Cavill may have left the project.
I mean that might be why they're doing it though. That it could be the other way around.
Maybe.
So. The next piece of news is pretty great news, and that is that you can download some great emulators onto your iPhone.
Yeah, I guess there were some like restrictions that were loosened as far as Apple goes, and the emulator app became like the top download on on Apple devices. I don't think we can tell you how to find the games that it can play, right? But a little internet sleuthing and you can find what you're looking for.
So there are devices that connect to your computer. So for example, like I got a copy of Fire Emblem right here. There's a device that lets you connect it to your computer, plug in the game, and rip the ROM from your game.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Your save file. So that's the real purpose. That is a right that needs to be protected. When you think about things that just happened recently with Nintendo and them shutting off online services for the Wii U and for the 3DS, where does let's say that you go buy a copy of Smash for the 3DS. How do you get the complete game now? Because now Bayonetta and Cloud, the 2 of the DLC characters, how do you get them? Like I have Smash on my 3DS. Like how do I get Bayonetta now? right? Like, and
Sure.
what about games, for example, like this one for the Switch that we talked about earlier, the 7.
Hmm.
This game doesn't come with this cartridge doesn't come with Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic 2 on it. You have to download them.
Oh, okay.
So there's like this real concern about what are you actually like, are you buying the game? Are you buying the rights to play the game? Like, what are you buying?
Yeah.
And for like for historic reasons, like if I buy a movie, right, I have that movie forever. It's
You
my
own that
movie.
copy.
Yeah. And like what does this mean for game mediums? And like if I want to play, like, let's say that I want to play Fire Emblem, but I don't want to play it on its original hardware, and I have I want to play it on my Steam Deck, for example, right? I should be able to rip. This is my copy of this game. I should be able to rip this onto a file and put that on my Steam Deck and play it. There's no reason I shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's my game, and the video game companies, they're saying no, like you shouldn't be allowed to do that. And so the emulation has become like a really big deal recently.
Yeah.
I, for one, think that if I buy a copy of a video game, I'm gonna do whatever I want with that, like, without reselling it, or I mean, I should even be able to sell the hard copy. What I should be able to do is produce illegal, files to share with people, right? Like that's not the purpose of it. But like historically, there are games that will forever be lost. I actually think this is not true, and there's like a huge backstory, but it has some drama in it. But if not for one person, there was a world in which some 3DS games that were only available online from indie developers would be lost forever. And so emulation and historical preservation of video games, I think, are really important topics right now.
For sure. So
probably not what you expected to hear on this topic, but it's important to me.
Go off, King.
I've got one. I don't have edit access to this file.
Sorry.
But we are getting a Last Shonen TMNT movie.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
I don't know.
Last Shonen might be the wrong name, but there is a graphic novel where the turtles, all but one of the turtles, die, and the last turtle takes up all their weapons.
I think I have seen something with that. Yeah, it's like it's Raph, right? Like,
oh, you don't spoil it.
I think okay, all right.
That's like the point of the graphic novel.
Anyways, I saw a thing where it was red, so
I gotta double check on this. Last Ronin. It's in the Last Ronin. My bad. But it is a graphic novel that we will be getting a movie for. I can't remember if it's a movie or a TV show, but we are getting this, and it is. I'm sorry. So a film adaptation of the graphic novel was announced to be in development by Paramount in April of 2024. The film will be produced by Walter Hamada and written by Tyler Burton Smith, and will receive an R rating and be live action.
I love that. Let's go. I'm here for any Turtles content.
Also, a third-person action RPG video game adaptation is also in development by Black Forest Games, and THQ Nordic is set to publish.
Okay, cool.
So we talked about how I was like done with the Turtles. I was like, all right, I don't need to see another adaptation of the Turtles becoming the Turtles and meeting April and like.
Did you talk about that with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
when you were talking about the new Turtles, seeing the new Turtles movie, you like you should see them, and I was like, I don't need to see them. I've seen. You don't remember this. This is funny. I was telling you that I was off of reboots of the Turtles, right? Like, dude, I love the Ninja Turtles. I'm not dissing the Ninja Turtles. It's like
Sounds like you're dissing the Ninja Turtles.
I'm not. It's like when people are like, I don't need to see Peter Parker become Spider-Man again. I've seen Peter Parker become Spider-Man.
Sure.
It's the same thing. But this, I'm here for this. This is a new Turtle story that hasn't been told this way, and I'm about that.
Cool.
What's next?
It's hard to top the 80s series. Like, that animation
Dude,
was
I think that like the live action, like the first two movies of that live action, like. Also, like Vanilla Ice and Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go, Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. It's too good, man. It's too good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, why try and recreate perfection? I just don't. Okay, what's next?
Money. We got a trailer for a new Transformers movie, and it's not what you'd think. It's animated and in the style of like the Lego movie, as far as it's comedy. It's supposed to be in like an Optimus Prime origin story. I don't know how to feel about it.
Okay. So let me see here. What was the last one? I watched Age of Extinction. Is that the yeah? And then I was like, nope, on the next one.
Yeah.
And then I think I watched part of Bumblebee, and then I didn't finish it, and did not watch Rise of the Beasts. Rise of the Beasts looked good though. Was it good? Did you?
Yeah.
You saw them,
everything.
Right?
They always look good, but I don't know how to like, because I do love Transformers. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, did you see Rise of the Beasts?
I did not. Okay. I'm behind.
So this is called Transformers 1. Oh, I heard about this. It's like when Megatron and Optimus are friends.
Yeah.
Okay. I could dig it. You're not about it, though.
I don't know if I'm about it. Like, I watched the trailer, and it had the kind of like quippy comedy and like energy of a Lego movie. But like, it's for kids, so I guess.
Who's directing it?
Good question.
You come at me with news, you don't have the stuff.
I know. Josh Cooley?
Okay, so this is not in the universe of the other Transformer movies. This is not like
Yeah. No, I think it's a separate story. Yeah, he's was on Toy Story 4, 5. Like, he's a Pixar guy.
Okay, so it's not a Michael Bay verse.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, that could be cool.
So.
Also, I don't know that this story has been told. Like, it's been told by Optimus, but I don't know that I've ever seen. I don't even know if it's in cartoons and stuff.
Just like the before.
Dude, I didn't want to. You ever just find yourself in the depths of YouTube watching lore content?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I've definitely.
Generally, it happens through TikTok scrolling. I think that's become my medium for lore content.
Oh, interesting. Not long form, like 45-minute videos. That's what I'm about. Anyway, I've heard this story before on the YouTubes.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's great. All right, so that is going to do it for the nerdy news. Leave a comment. Let us know what nerdy news excites you. You know, every couple of weeks we plan our episodes, so you know, maybe hit us up with something that you would like to hear. You could also leave a suggestion on Spotify. You know, Spotify lets us ask you what you think of the episode or what kind of topic you'd like us to review. And you could also just review us there. Give us, slap us with one of them 5-star reviews, get us up into them algorithms, and help us out. Paddy B, where can people find you?
They can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Paddy B MTG, as well as our YouTube page, Heezy Game, and on TikTok and.
Dude, I totally failed last week. I did not record the TikTok for last week's show.
Dude, I fail every week on TikTok.
But it is Need to Nerd Pod on TikTok.
Sweet.
I'll probably do TikTok this week about what did we talk about that one? I don't know. I'll figure one out. Maybe we'll talk Avatar. I don't know. You can find me at Spencer38, or no, well, you could. That is like my personal Twitter. You can find me at Heezy Game for all things nerddom, magic, and Smash. You can find me every week on constructorcriticism.com and supposedly every month on Smash 3. We haven't been doing it, but we'll do it this month. And then, like and subscribe to have a possum get a French fry. Do you love French fries? Do you love possums? Thank you everybody so much for listening, and we'll see you all next week with another episode of the Need to Nerd podcast.